Next, the Packers visit the Big Easy to take on the Saints, who are without Drew Brees for the first time since 2005. It's the start of a new era in New Orleans, and it's only on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our sixth season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And, CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one right here out of the gates. I'm interested in seeing some of the changes in 2021.
Started, and we are underway from the Superdome. On the return, it's Taylor. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now we get a look at Aaron Rodgers as he gets set to lead this Green Bay Packer offense. Rodgers now in his 17th season in the league, and of course, coming off the MVP trophy.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw into the hands of Cobb. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game, able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. And we get a look at Jameis Winston ready to lead this New Orleans offense for the first time in his 7th season in the NFL and his 2nd with the Saints. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From the gun, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
The kick by Parkey is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Jones, and he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Here's Rodgers to throw. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. .45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, Winston. Open man is the tight end Troutman. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for the Saints. 1st down.
Winston. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. 7 yards, the pickup there. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and he fires one incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. They go play action. Winston, and it's 3rd and short. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up landing over 20 yards.
Normally on throw to your tight end, it's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. On play action, Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston. Buying time to his left. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They run. It's Kamara. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Now Mason.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rodgers.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Rodgers' throw there, complete to Rodgers.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Open man left side, it's the tight end, Tunyon.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Rodgers now to throw.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Cobb. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And again, it's Rodgers fighting through pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Gotta give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Here comes Montgomery now to return it.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Eight yards to go on second down. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A give to Kamara running right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third coming up. Now Winston. And he's got his target, Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And a nifty catch there for a first down by Michael Thomas. Still getting used to the fact that it's not Drew Brees throwing him passes. Never really 100% in 2020. Battled some injuries along the way. Ended up only suiting up for 7 games, 40 catches. That's a tough drop because in 2019, had 149 catches, an NFL record.
That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8. Play fake. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And how about for Alvin Kamara? Another great year that he's coming off of as an all-around player, but especially as a pass catcher. 81 receptions each of his first 3 NFL seasons. Last year added 2 more to finish with 83, the most by any running back in the NFL. An awfully dangerous man in the open field.
And he is going to have a Saints first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now on first down, it's Washington again. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. honed in on it and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Not now, they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he's forced out left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Borges on to punt as he gets it away.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And Ty Montgomery has it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Play action now, Winston.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back now here live in New Orleans. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd and 4.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Dances by at the 20. He won't go down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down. They'll try the right side with Jones. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And Crosby puts it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
He didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st and 10, Hill. Finding some room at midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Again, it's Winston. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Now Winston on 4th down. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the end. sometimes, and a lot of time, the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game, fourth quarter. Makes this thing a little bit more interesting. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Rodgers now on first down. Caught by Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On first down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And here's Jones again on second down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The kick by Crosby is good, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
Now it's Hill. It's complete. Kamara. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you've also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with Sutton. Offensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. 2nd and 11 now. A give to Jones. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. And they will take a knee here. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Packers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.